Hello you guys, it is JK and welcome back to my channel. So today, welcome to my kitchen. I am going to be making some red sauce pasta, and this is like spaghetti and meatballs, but I didn't have the right kind of pasta for spaghetti and meatballs, so it's just gonna be pasta and meatballs, if that makes sense. This is one of my favorite recipes because it's actually really good and super easy. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. I'm gonna be using the American Beauty Rotoni, and I just put half the bag in there, and I'm making this for about like 3 people, and then like some leftovers, so we have some of that. We're also going to be using any kind of marinara sauce. This isn't my personal favorite. I really like, there's this one brand at Save Mart that I really like. For right now, I'm just going to be using Prego. That's fine. You can season it and stuff like that however you want, and it tastes really yummy anyways. So that's ingredient number 2. Next thing that I have are these vegan meatballs, and these are some of my favorites. I really like the Trader Joe kind as well. These are just what I had on hand, so I'm gonna put these in there. You could use regular meatballs as well. I just like using these because I'm a vegetarian. So we're gonna toss some of these in there, and yeah, so that's like the 3 main ingredients. Then anything from here on out is pretty optional. So I have half of a red onion. I love red onion, especially in these types of recipes because it's so fragrant and it just brings a whole nother aroma to your recipe. So the next thing that I'm gonna put is spices. So the reason why I turned over here is because, so this is my little spice wall. This isn't all the spices that I have, but these are some of my frequently used spices. And so all I did with these is I got these little tins, magnetic tins from the Dollar Tree, and then I just used my Cricut Maker to make all of the labels. But the reason why I like having these is because when I'm cooking, they're right here and I can just grab them as I need them. So I'm probably gonna be using some minced onion, some garlic and herbs, basil, oregano, chopped chives, Italian seasoning, chickenless seasoning from Trader Joe's, and that's about it. I have like I have like all my Indian spices here too, just so it's easy, and like this is a really quick and easy way to kind of organize your spices, especially if you don't have space to do a spice rack, because that's originally what I was going to do. I was going to put together a spice rack that I could have near my stuff, and then I realized these are super easy. And then when I looked on Amazon, they were all like an arm and a leg for a set. Like for a set of 22, it was like $40, and I was like, I'll see what I can do. So I literally went, after I did my research on Amazon, I literally went to Dollar Tree and just walked around. You could even get tins like these, and then just add your own magnet or whatever. But these have been so much easier for my cooking experience. But yeah, so let's go ahead and get started with the actual recipe. So first things first, you're gonna want to pop in your pasta. You're gonna pop in some water, you're gonna pop in some salt, and then you're gonna let it boil. I just like to keep the lids on because it's easier that way. In another pot, we're gonna start prepping our sauce. All right, so I'm just gonna pop in some vegetable oil. Oh, that's too much. But I'm just gonna pop some on here. Make sure it kind of goes all the way around. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my onion, toss it in there, and we're just gonna saute these onions. So we're just gonna let those saute. We're gonna move them around occasionally, but we're just gonna let it sit for a little bit. Also, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take out these guys, the meatballs, and I'm just gonna put them on a plate. I have had them thaw for a little bit, but I'm just gonna toss them onto a plate, and we're gonna microwave them so that they are no longer hard and they're soft. I like to crush them up and actually put them inside the sauce, and it tastes really good both ways. So we're gonna pop this guy into the microwave for about like 1 minute. Also, with the protein stuff, you don't, or the plant protein, you don't ever want to cook it for super long because you run the risk of overcooking it. So you always want to go with like a lower interval than you think you might need, and then go in with more. All right, so they feel nice and soft. You don't want to cook them all the way because you don't need to. They're gonna be going into the sauce anyways. So I'm just gonna let this chill out for a little bit. And with the onions, you just want to do this until they're about golden brown. You can increase the heat just a little bit. My heat is only on like 3/4 of the way high. And if you really cook them to be golden brown, it just releases like a whole new fragrant like taste that you'll be able to taste inside the sauce. And also keep checking up on your pasta. You don't want that to burn. So now we're gonna start adding some of our spices. Toss some chopped chives. I'm gonna take some Italian seasoning. I'm also gonna take some oregano. I'm gonna take some basil. And this is the chickenless seasoning from Trader Joe's. I'm just gonna toss a little bit of that in. So I know it looks a little bit gross, but I promise it gets better. So now that my onions are golden brown, I'm gonna go ahead and toss in my sauce. So I'm gonna put in about half of this because the bag to sauce ratio is usually about half. So now I'm just gonna mix all of that in. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm also just gonna toss these guys in, but I think I'm gonna take them apart and toss them in as pieces. You could leave them, but I think I'm just gonna do this just because it's easier, because there's no spaghetti to eat them with. And with this, you just want, now that you put the sauce in, you want to lower it to about medium heat. And I'm just going in and crushing any sort of smaller pieces. I do think I need a little bit more sauce because it's thickening up. I just like to eyeball it just because it's so much easier that way. But that's it for the sauce. So now it's a little thick. It's got those meatball pieces and it's nice and ready for us to pour on our pasta, which our pasta is also done. So let me go ahead and strain that and I will be right back. All right, so here's our pasta. We are going to put our stove on low heat. I'm gonna toss all of my sauce in. So I'm gonna grab some cheese to go on top. So I just have some 5 cheese blend. It's like a Fiesta blend. So I'm just gonna put in enough to cover the top and go ahead and give this guy a mix. I did save some of the pasta water. I just put it back inside. And you always want to save some of your pasta water that your pasta was boiling in, so that everything sticks a whole lot better, because it has starch in it, I guess. I don't really know. I just know that it's a trick, and my pasta's been tasting a lot better ever since I started doing it. And you're gonna just let this guy simmer for a little bit on low heat, just so everything's cooked together and everything kind of binds together. And yeah, that's about it. It tastes absolutely delicious. I've made this recipe for so many different people and they all love it so much. All right, you guys, so that is all that I have for you guys today. Let me know what you guys think. I absolutely love doing really cool recipes because good food, and especially during COVID, it really did push me to think kind of outside the box and not eat out as much, because if you eat out for so long, you do start to be like, I don't want to eat out anymore. I just want something different. So doing stuff like this is actually really, really different, because it's more in that realm of like, you can really like adjust recipes to whatever you like. And that's what I've been kind of doing with my cooking in general. I've been trying out a lot more things. I've tried out some like Indian recipes, which I never thought I would ever make, but they actually turned out really good. I love Matar Paneer, so if you guys want to see a Matar Paneer recipe, let me know. And yeah, that is all that I have for you guys today. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you guys try this recipe or if you guys try something similar. I would love to know down in the comments below what you guys think. And yeah, let me know what other kinds of videos you guys want to see from me, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so, so much for watching. You are helping my dreams come true. And I will see you in a video super, super soon. Mwah! Bye, guys.